Where do we start, y'all?
I don't even know.
Well, clearly y'all seen TikTok, and it was saying how me and Ari broke up, and yeah. I want you guys to know, first of all y'all's assumptions were incorrect. Every assumption under there, every assumption in the comments, it wasn't correct. We did have a disagreement, but we'll get into that. You know what? Go ahead.
Okay. So, this all started Wednesday. He was out working, and he has 2 phones, and so do I. We both do for our jobs. And his other phone was here, and I decided to go through it. And when I was going through it, I found some old videos and pictures of just things that kind of threw me off a little bit. And I really let that get to me, and I got really upset. And I ended up confronting him about it, and that didn't go, the way I thought it was going to go in my mind. Because we ended up getting this really big argument, and
don't put it like that, because I took accountability before everything.
Yeah, he did. Like when we were talking about it, he did take accountability, but it's just like I wasn't wanting to hear that.
Mind you guys, nothing happened. Nobody cheated on anybody or anything like that. These videos were from these videos and pictures and stuff were from 2021 and 2022 before I even knew Ari.
Yeah.
But it was in my old phone, so I didn't know it was in there. But I'm gonna take accountability for it because it's not supposed to be there, regardless. You know what I'm saying? But it was in a place where I didn't know that it. I didn't use it, so.
Yeah. So he did take accountability, but it was just like everything he was saying, I just was like not keeping with me. It was like it was going in one ear out the other. And I just kept accusing him because, at that time I thought he knew that stuff was in there because that's how it looked. And so that's how I took it. And, it did take a lot of time and, just thinking about everything for me to, even believe him. But, so once we got in that argument, it just wasn't really going anywhere, and I feel like that's mainly on me because I wasn't, willing to hear him out and have a conversation. So I just resorted to, what I'm used to, and I was just like, I can't do it, I'm done. And so then, Chase being Chase, he's not gonna stay somewhere where he just doesn't feel that he's wanted or welcome. So he was
I wouldn't want to make a situation any worse, y'all. It's just at that point I might as well just, leave so I can. Yeah, I wouldn't want to make a situation any worse. There's no, we don't have arguments where we're going to be we're going to put our hands on each other and sit here and look stupid. We don't do that. So it's might as well just make the best of the situation by both of you, getting away from each other. There's no reason to make it escalate any further. It was never too big of a deal. We've had a lot worse things that's happened, or getting used to each other and stuff. But something in the past it's not really relevant. We've had stuff like that before. It's not really relevant, and it shouldn't have been relevant. It shouldn't have been that big of a deal. However, it still looks bad because I know if I was in her position, I would have been mad too. But I really didn't know that it was on there because I don't use the phone.
Once he ended up leaving, I had to go to dance that night. I went to dance and I was just not really in the best headspace. I just wasn't really all the way there. And while I was at the dance class, some of the songs that were playing just really got me thinking that sounds so dumb, but it's genuinely what happened. I was at rehearsal and I'm listening to the songs and it was just a bunch of things coming to my mind, and I was just dang, we've gotten in such worse arguments and disagreements, and this has never happened. So, once I had my little break at class, I texted him and I was like, hey, can we have a conversation? Can we talk about this? I don't remember if I was if you're still here or not or something like that. Yeah, you were. And so,
you said if you're still here, can we have a conversation?
Yeah.
Mind you guys, I was gonna leave, but I had to get an oil change in the morning, so that was my plan. And she texted me, and at first I was like, I don't know. But then I went and we went and we talked, and you can go ahead.
Yeah, so he actually ended up coming to pick me up. We had a conversation. The conversation went really well. We both agreed at the end of the conversation to, start over, take things slow. And that was the end of that night. And so we ended up coming home, going to sleep, whatever. Next morning, I wake up and he's still sleeping and I'm on my phone. And
Pause. First of all, let's, the night that she told me that, she didn't want to be together no more, I privated our videos because I didn't really want them to be up there if this was going to be the case, because I've never been told that from her. It's never been something that's came up or, you know. So I privated our videos, and then...
Okay, so I get this notification on my phone the next morning, and it's a notification from Reddit, and I click on it because the thread name was chaseandari ? And so I was like, dang, what the heck? So what could that be? So I click on it, and I'm reading the post, and it's like, oh, do you guys think they broke up? I've noticed all their videos on YouTube are deleted. And I was like, what the heck? That's so weird. I didn't touch anything with their channel. And then he ends up waking up, and I asked him about it, and he was like, yeah, I privated the videos. But of course, as a viewer standpoint, you're not going to know that the videos are privated. You guys are just going to think they're deleted. So then it was boom, brought to the internet. But it wasn't meant to. It was just, that's how it happened. And so then I started just getting mad all over again because I was like, dang, we didn't even have time to fully process what was going on, and now the internet already thinks this. And so it was just a bunch of things, and like I said, it was just making me mad all over again. So I ended up going to the gym, and I was trying to work out, and I was just so mad I couldn't even do that. So then I let my emotions get the best of me, and I texted him, and I was like, hey, I know I said I was willing to work on things last night, but I can't, I'm not willing to try to work on a relationship. And that made the whole situation even worse because
at that point that's the second time I'm told that. So it's all right, then I'm done. I'm leaving. There's no reason for me to be here. So I end up packing my stuff back up. It's the fact that she did this. She texted me this after bringing my stuff in. That's what really pissed me off. She was bringing my stuff in, but she texted me that, and I was like, all right, I'll be out your hair in a little bit. Let me get my things together and stuff like that. So at that point, I'm like, man, I'm thrown off. So it just, I don't know. So once I got outside, y'all, I ended up sitting in the parking lot for a while, not near the house, but closer. And I made a video basically documenting what happened because I knew that I was leaving and I had to drive, all the way to the East Coast around, my family and my people and stuff like that. So I made the video, whatever. Then I called Ari pretty much after I made the video. I didn't post the video yet. Called her, asked her, are you sure this is what you want? And she was adamant that this is what she wanted. So I'm not gonna stick around a place where I don't seem wanted. So I did end up leaving, and once I got about an hour down the road, I posted that TikTok that you guys all seen, which is private now. I'm probably gonna take that down, but it's private. And yeah, so I ended up posting that video, and everybody seen it, so it was a lot. But yeah. I felt like that was the best way for me to, move on and do what I needed to do, because if I didn't, then you guys would sit there and come in my live and ask me questions. You guys know I get on live and stuff, and that was my main thing that I was going to do in the first place, is go home and get back on live, and, but yeah, so, yep, I got down the road, about 3 hours down the road, 4 hours down the road, I see Ari, texting me. I wasn't really trying to hear it at all, I'm going to be honest. I wasn't trying to hear it because that's the second time, so it's at this point, what am I doing?
Yeah.
But then my brother started calling me because you done reached out to my brother or whatever. He started calling me and he let me know about what was going on and what was being said. But what was you texting me?
Yeah, so at this time where, when he was on the road, I ended up calling my mom and telling her what had happened. she ends up picking me up, and you know, I end up hanging out with my mom and a few of my siblings, you know, that day. And while I was out, I was just like thinking like, wow, like I really made a mistake, like, you know, putting myself in his shoes. Like, I told him I was willing to try again last night, and then I woke up and said a completely different thing. And you know, I was just like, wow, like if I was in his situation, I would really feel like my emotions are just being like played with, and like just, you know, being tossed around. And so I was just like, I texted him and I was like, hey, like I messed up, like if you're willing to come back, please, so we can try again. Like, I shouldn't have done that. I let my emotions get the best of me.
I didn't respond to none of it. I was so mad. Like at that point, I was furious.
Yeah.
I was like this is ridiculous. So, yeah, my brother ended up calling me and he was like, man, can you pull over so we can talk and whatever? Because my brother knows our relationship. Like, he's also, you know, great friends with Ari. Not even friends. Like we all consider each other family and stuff. So I talked to my brother. I had the check engine light on. He was like, pull over, whatever. Let's talk about this, whatever. I'm like 4 hours away. I don't know if y'all remember back in the old videos, but when we were traveling here, my check engine light was coming on because I had a spark plug problem and a coil problem. So I had to get those changed. That was really expensive to do at the time and whatever. But yeah. So he's telling me all the positives about, you know, going back, and he's telling me all the negatives about going back, and he was like, I just don't want you to go back and her change her mind again. That was his big thing. But he was like, but I do want you to, he said, you should see it out and see what's going on. But I feel like the check engine light, honestly, that was a big sign for me. That was a big sign, like, oh, I don't know. I feel like it wouldn't have went off for no reason. So I don't know. That was another sign for me. And then he told me all the positives. I'm not going to get into what my brother said because he probably doesn't want to. But yeah, I did end up calling Ari after seeing all her messages, 300,000 messages.
Okay, you're dragging it.
It was definitely like 10, 15. It was like 10, 15. Like, come back. Like, but yeah, I ended up coming back. And we talked. I don't remember what happened when I came. Oh, I came back. I picked you up from your mom's, or did I meet you here?
Yeah, you picked me up.
I picked you up from your mom's. It took me like 4 hours. I hate that mountain coming here. It is so bad. But it wasn't as bad this time because I knew I knew of it now. But yeah, and we talked about it, and you know, we got into a good place. You know, everything, it was just something that happened. We're not perfect. We're a regular couple just like everybody else, y'all. But let's not judge us for it or whatever. We're regular couples just like everybody else. We go through shit. But we're being transparent with y'all so you know everybody goes through some things. But we plan on working it out and seeing where it goes. And, you know, we good. We trying to start over and you know, bring a new energy in there. We want the energy we had like when we first got together. We had great energy. Everything was good. It was at the same time though, like when we first got together, you know, there was also, you know, ups and downs of certain things going on, you know, but that's how relationships work and you gotta work on them. But we do plan on bringing y'all with us through this journey, and that's why we're being transparent with you guys and letting you know. So, yeah, make sure you know, like the video, subscribe if you want to see the new stuff. If you don't, cool, you know, we don't care, but I do like y'all, man. You know, we love y'all. So, yeah, we decided to bring you to the new journey, and we're gonna start our 15 days of Vlogmas, y'all. So y'all be ready. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to us and be ready for a bunch of fun videos, and we're gonna try to get back to, you know, better times, and we'll see how it goes. Y'all, anything else you want to add? Okay.
No, I think you said it all. Yeah.
Said it all. Mm-hmm. Next time she.
Stop.
And, boy, that ride is something there. I ain't coming back. No, but yeah.
No, there won't be a next time.
Yeah, I don't know, y'all. So, y'all's assumptions of, you know, someone cheated or blah 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 blah. No, Ari just lost her mind a little bit. But yeah, love y'all, man. We'll see y'all later. It's 1:00. I'm hungry.
Bye, guys.